Okay, so now we're going to look at lab 12, which coincides with chapter 11, analysis of variance. I had you look at analysis of variance one way and two way, but all we're going to cover in the homework or the Minitab labs or the exams is the one way, and we'll get much more into two-way ANOVA if you end up taking the advanced topics in biostat. So for right now, we're going to do number one, because if you can do number one, if you see that the rest of them are very similar. So the first thing I need to do is enter this data into, and I'm going to enter it into 4 different columns. So I have subcompact, compact, mid-size, and full size, and I put them all in. Then the hypotheses. The null hypothesis with a test of ANOVA is always all means are the same. So in this case, we have 4 means we're comparing. So it would be mu1 equals mu2 equals mu3 equals mu4, or just use the words all means are the same. And the alternative hypothesis, no matter how many samples we have, the alternative hypothesis is the same. It is always going to be at least one of the means is different. It doesn't tell me that they're all different from each other. So if you tell me that the alternative is mu1 doesn't equal mu2, doesn't equal mu3, doesn't equal mu4, that's wrong, and I'm going to mark you wrong. The alternative is at least one is different, and at least one of the means is different. And you need to say it that way, because it doesn't tell. It could be that 3 of them are the same, and only one is different. Then you go to stat, ANOVA, one way. You go to here, you drop this down to response data are in separate columns, which is what I did. Then you click here, and I just click them all in and hit select, right? Then I'll just delete all of that, right? And I just click them all in, hit select, and then click OK. I don't need this, so I'm just going to remove that. Now you're going to have to scroll for a while. These are the means and the standard deviations for each of them, right? And in advanced topics, we might talk about this some more. But at this point, what I want you to understand is this, what's called the analysis of variance table. Okay, it's right here. So you got to scroll a little ways for it, but it's the analysis of variance table. So underneath on this lab, you're going to have to fill in all of this stuff here, right? So let me show you where all that is. The SS treatment, and we have treatment and error. In Minitab, Minitab calls treatment the factor. So the SS treatment is this value right here. The MS treatment is this value right here. The test statistic is this value right here. And the p-value is this value right here, right? Then we have MS error. This is MS error. This is right here. SS error, right? Then SS total is right here. And then the conclusion. In this case, my p-value is 0.422. If I'm using a 5% significance level, my p-value is bigger than my significance level. Thus, I do not reject the null hypothesis. There's nothing to suggest that there's a difference between these 4 means. Another thing that I may ask you on the exam, let's notice something. This plus this is equal to that. So 88425 plus 475,323 is 56,563,748. 3 plus 16 is 19, right? This 88425 divided by 3 is 29,475. 475, 323 divided by 16 is 29,708. The adjusted mean square treatment divided by the adjusted mean square error is equal to the F value. So I could have this table set up on an exam, leave some of these things blank, like leave this 16 out and tell you to fill in the blank. Well, in this case, you would know that 3 plus something had to equal 19, so you know that this had to be 16. If I left this out, you would know to subtract this from the 56,3,748 to get that one. If I left this out, you would divide that by that, or if I left this one out, you could divide that by that. Okay, so all of this is in greater detail on the lecture notes. So remember to always download not just the PowerPoint slides and listen to the PowerPoint lecture, but also to download those lecture notes, because I put a lot of extra stuff on there on those lecture notes. So that is the rest of the Minitab lab would be done very similar to that. So I don't think you'll have any trouble finishing this Minitab lab. All right. If you do have questions, though, please do not hesitate to email me, and I'll do my best to help you get it straightened out.